Good morning everybody. It's a lovely day here in sunny Lithgow. Bright and sunny actually for a nice change, and about 15 degrees. Anyway, we're just going to have a bit of a walk around my little 1927 Model T. Having a bit of a Model T day today, and I'll be taking you for a drive later up to Hassans Walls Lookout and across there. But I thought we'd have a little bit of a wander around. Now 27 is the last of the Model Ts. And mine has a number of accessories. The wire wheels, funny enough, aren't. By 27 they pretty much all had wire wheels. They had wooden wheels before that, but I've got a few little bits and pieces. So first one is this bumper bar. So that's an accessory. Now it's actually a bit of a pain in the neck because when you're working on the car you sort of get stuck. So you either got to step across it or try and bend across it, so it's a little bit awkward. But yeah, anyway, I'm not going to take it off. And then of course around the back, when we get there, you'll see there are two little bumperettes. Anyway, so the other thing we've got are these step plates. These are forward step plates, and they are also an accessory, as indeed are these little protectors down the side of the rear guards. So they're an accessory as well. They didn't come with any of that. Rest of the car is almost standard. I do have here a speedo, which you'll see is already reading about 10 kilometers an hour, but that's because I can change that quite happily. I can just spin that, so because it's not connected to anything. So anyway, that's the dash light there, little dash light. It's on. That's how you see your instruments. This one here's a little plaque. It's got nothing. It's a commemorative plaque for a particular rally. I don't remember what it is now, and of course it's very hard to read. There's your key panel, and that's your standard instrument, which is just an ampere gauge. That's literally all you get normally. You've got your key, which goes either to battery or to magneto. You'll see that in a minute. And then this is your headlights, which are either off, dim or bright. That's all you've got. Your foot controls down there. That right hand one is your brake, the middle one is reverse, and the left hand one is all the way down for first gear and all the way out for top gear. And that's all you got, 2 gears. Handbrake, I think I've explained all this before. Handbrake does 2 functions. It's currently holding the rear brakes on because I'm parked on a slight incline, but it's also keeping that pedal, the high gear, low gear pedal, slightly in. The pedal would normally come out a fraction more, which would engage high gear. So that the handbrake does both jobs. Holds the brakes on and also then puts it into, holds it in neutral, or as much as it's got. If I go around the other side, I can actually demonstrate that because the car won't roll where it is. Just that I've already started it and warmed it up. So handbrake is on. I'll open the door up. Now if you have a look at that pedal, I'm going to move the handbrake just up to the bottom of the dashboard, so basically vertical, and that pedal will just come out slightly. Here you can't see it from there. There it goes. Hey, so that now the handbrake is all the way off, and that's allowed that pedal to come all the way out into top gear. So if I pull it back to the neutral position, it will then grab that pedal and push it slightly forward. So it's just holding it in neutral. Handbrake is vertical, so the top of it's just sitting under there, and that means that it's now in its neutral, but so the car will still drive. There's no rear brakes on, and then when you pull it all the way back, you've now applied the rear brakes. So that's the handbrake. So this, getting switching around now, we've got, this is 2 things. It's both the choke, when you pull it all the way out, that's choke, push it all the way in, choke's off, and then you turn it for the mixture. So you turn it anti-clockwise for rich, clockwise for lean. I only use that basically starting. That's normally that's in its normal run position. Up to the steering wheel, I think I've mentioned before, this is actually a replacement wooden one I had made. It should be the black Fordite, which is sitting up on the garage wall. We've got 2 levers behind. This right hand one on a right hand drive car is our spark, fully retarded for starting. and fully advanced for running. Now the spark lever changes sides according to left and right hand drive, because it's always on the outside of the car so that you can get it if you are crank starting it. And then on this side is your hand throttle, and that is your throttle. You don't have a foot one, and it's quite easy. I tend to drive it holding it like that, just between my fingers. It works quite well. So you've got one bench seat in the front, which 2 people can sit comfortably, but it helps if you're good friends, and one bench seat in the back, which 2 people can also sit comfortably, but it's slightly wider than the front, so you don't have to be quite as good a friend. And then that's the floor hatch down there. Underneath that, a bit hard to get to with it all shut, is basically where my battery's kept. So there's my battery, an Optima 6 volt, and it's got a cutout on the top so that I can just isolate that when I need to. So again, we've got step plates on this side, and a very popular accessory. This is a concertina system, so it will extend much further than that, and it's just for carrying luggage. This driver's door, I don't use because of the handbrake lever. I find it difficult to get in, so I get in the passenger side. So I put it here because you can't actually open the door fully now because it runs into it. So perfectly out of the road there. So again, same accessories this side. Around the back, and you see we've got my little bumperettes on each side. The reflector is obviously modern. That is your standard and only rear light on the Model T, and it's only just a parking light, a red parking light. It now works as a brake light as well, and these are extras that I've added: brake and park, blinker, spare wheel with a cover on it, the left hand side, passenger side, bumperette, and then the same thing here, park and brake and blinker. Now these little things, these are saddles and a strap. The strap I've just got all bound up and tied down. So when you bring the top down, this portion here sits in that saddle, and then when it's all folded down, you tie it down just to hold it in the out of the road and nice and tidy. I'm just trying to think, what else have I got? What else can I show you? I've got a nice little glass back window. Oh, hello, there I am. Glass back window. Quite often they're plastic. It's actually got quite a good top on it, but the problem I've got with my top, and I'll go around here, and I've got a new steam bent hood bow ordered, is that if you have a look under here, there's actually nothing in there. That's literally just a piece of metal I've got in there to try and hold it a bit, and sawdust. So this wood bow, you can see around here, and there's somebody's tried to brace it before. So the wood bow, it's all wood and steam bent all the way around here, and then it actually goes into this metal sleeve. So that's ordered. Once I've got that, hopefully we can tighten all this roof up because it's all a bit floppy. But apart from that, you know, the roof's in really good nick. They're unlined on these. These are classified as one-man tops. As you see, there's no center piece here that the early cars had, so that by undoing that screw here, which is loose, and the one on the other side, you will you just drop the top down, you lift it up, and it just folds back. And one person can do it. Not the easiest, but one person certainly can do it. You've got your windscreen wiper up here, little handle, and the wiper blade just out there. That never fails because it's manual, but to be honest, I don't use it because it's a pain in the neck. You try and use that, you already got your hands fairly occupied with the steering wheel, the throttle and everything, so I don't bother. And then of course the rear vision mirror. I got a new piece of mirror cut for this, and when I took the old one out, behind it was a piece of a Craven A cigarette packet used as backing, and to be honest, I put it back. So there is a piece of Craven A cigarette packet still in there as a backing. So that's it. There's just that's where the camera will mount when we go driving, and here's John arrived. Okay, I'll talk to you later. Bye.